All right, so for our first video lesson, we're going to continue talking about Unit 6 in Focus on Writing. So if you would, please have your Focus on Writing books out and following along with me. So the unit begins on page 124. So before the break, we began talking about the problem solution essay. We read the article in the book about staying healthy. Obviously, a very appropriate topic for right now. Again, I hope everybody is at home staying healthy. um, so, probably don't even want to think about things like this right now, but this is what we'll be working on for the next few days. Um, so again, the focus on this unit is going to be writing a problem and solution essay about health concerns that we have. Like we mentioned in the book, on page 130, it mentions that you're going to write a problem and solution essay about a health condition, bad habit, or an environmental hazard. So, in other words, something that is bad for a person's health or for people's health in general. Um, I believe we talked about the assignment on page 30. If not, just to review what we'll be writing about this unit. So you have two assignments to choose from. So you're either going to describe a health-related problem that you or someone else close to you has experienced, or you're going to talk about a health problem that is caused by something natural or human-made in the environment. So with either of these, you're going to talk about some basic background, what the problem is, why it's important to be addressed, and then you're also going to look at some possible solutions to the problem. So again, you're presenting a problem and you're suggesting some solution to it. Might discuss the causes and effects, why your solution would be helpful, and you might also describe how you personally feel about the problem. So today we're going to be talking about the introduction for the essay. So the introduction for a problem solution essay has all of the same parts that we've discussed for our other essays. You want some background information, and then you want a strong thesis. So in the problem solution essay, our background information, some things you might want to think about answering, why is this a problem? Or why is it a concern for people? Maybe it affects a lot of people. If we take COVID-19 that we're dealing with right now as an example, writing an essay to give background information, why does it need to be addressed? Well, because it's an immediate concern. It affects exponential amounts of people, spreads very fast, and can, in some cases, be deadly. So that would be good information to tell us why we need to care about this problem. Something else you might address in your background information, who the problem affects. Again, going back to the COVID-19 or coronavirus, so anybody can be affected by it. In an essay, you might stress that it's more likely to affect elderly people or young people with not great immune systems. But in this case, the focus would be that anybody can be affected by the problem. Something else you might address in the background information, when or where the problem happens. So going back to the coronavirus, this is right now, And where does it affect? It can spread anywhere. Right now, it's a major problem in the U.S., in Italy, in China, but it has the potential to spread farther than that. Um, but your problem that you're writing about may be a lot smaller. It'd be something like asthma that affects smaller numbers of people on a lesser scale, but can still be very serious. Something like heart disease, any kind of health problem. So it doesn't have to be as large of scale as something like coronavirus. It could just be pain in the elbow, whatever it is you want to write about. But the main thing to remember is we want to give some sort of information and that gives the reader a sense of why they should care about this, why it's an important topic. Okay, and then once you've established your background information, like all of our other essays, is you want to present a strong thesis statement. And again, so our thesis statement is going to do the same thing that all of our others have done. You want to present the topic, controlling idea, and then, in this case, your solution. So you want to explain the problem, so that's our topic. Tell us what the problem is, make it clear what you're going to be writing about. And then your controlling idea is just this idea that it's a problem, something needs to be done about it, and for your essay, you're going to hint about the solution. So give kind of a preview of what your main points are. So just like we have with other essays, you're probably going to present two different things that could help solve the problem. And so you want to give kind of a preview of that in your introduction. So if you have your books open on page 132, we have an example here. Doing exercise is important to stay healthy, but fewer and fewer people are able to exercise regularly. This is especially true for adults. Adults often complain that they don't have enough time to follow a daily fitness or exercise routine because of their many work, school, or family responsibilities. On the other hand, doctors tell us that exercise can lead to poor health. Oh, I skipped a line there, sorry. Doctors tell us that regular exercise is essential to keeping our bodies healthy and working properly. Not exercising enough, not getting enough exercise, sorry, I'm reading from far away. Not getting enough exercise can lead to poor health, but there are some simple steps people can take to increase their physical activity. So like the book mentions, and this paragraph gives us an idea of what the problem is, not getting enough exercise. We have a little bit of an explanation about why it's a problem. It can lead to poor health, so that's why we should care about it. And then we have some hints about the solution. Simple steps people can take to increase their physical activity. So we know from that that the rest of the essay, the body paragraphs, are going to be showing us what these steps are that people can take. If we look back at the background information and we have in there, again, introducing, what's going on, and so why is this a concern? Because it's important to stay healthy, but fewer and fewer people are exercising regularly. So that tells us why it's a problem. It's important, but people aren't doing it. Why, again, why aren't they exercising? They complain that they don't have enough time to follow daily fitness or exercise routine. Who is affected by this? We said This is especially true for adults. So it gives us the target audience. Who is this affecting? Mostly adults. When or where isn't really discussed as much in this body paragraph, this introduction, but we still have enough information to show that this is a problem. It needs to be addressed. And again, we're presenting what the problem is and what can we do to solve it. Right. So those are the basics of the introduction for the problem solution essay. You have a couple of exercises in the book that I'd like you to go through. Tomorrow we'll talk about the body paragraphs and how we can expand on our explanation of our solution. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And that will do it for this lesson.